Hey, shalom, shalom. This is your brother Yashimai from the JMS Atlanta camp. Before I get into this message, I want to start off by giving all praises, all glory, and all honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. And I want to send double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone, who really teach well. This is going to be a quick reading through the Isaiah chapter 9. I'm not going to read every verse, but because this is a very well-known verse, especially to Christians. Well, really to everyone in general, but in our darkness, we use this. We use this in our darkness. Christianity showed us that this was talking about the one that they called Jesus, whose true name is Yahweh, where he's mentioned to save the entire world, man. But now, of course, we know better that Yahushua came back to save a specific group of people. And so I'm not going to read the whole chapter, but I am going to put some context here. So first and foremost, Isaiah 8 is talking about the destruction coming to the northern tribes, right? It says, let me see, Confederacy, boom. Now therefore, behold the Lord. Yeah, so Isaiah 8 and 7 says, now therefore, behold, the Lord brings up upon them the waters of the river. Now we know that those waters of the river are a representation of armies, strong and many, even the king of Assyria and all his glory, and he shall come up over his channels and go over all his banks. So here, the prophet Isaiah is prophesying that the northern kingdom is going to go into captivity by the Assyrian Empire. And, that's exactly what happened to King Shalmaneser the fifth. He was the one who came and took the northern kingdom out from the capital of Samaria, and then he took them into Assyria, right? Places like Nineveh and Babylon. So the context is that prior to chapter 9, one group of people is going to go through judgment, and that group of people are the Israelites. And so um, further down in chapter 9, we'll get into the video that I showed at the beginning, but let's just get the let's just get the ones I've got highlighted here. So this Isaiah 9 and 2 says, the people that walked in darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them has the light shined. So, uh, after the destruction comes salvation. And that's what chapter 9 is starting off with. It's starting off with the hope. This is the hope that we have to look forward. All right. And now you fast forward to where we are now. This is where we are now. The people that walked in darkness, the people here are the Hebrew Israelites, the so-called blacks, the natives, and the Hispanics. We walked in darkness. Let's get that scripture. I think it's Proverbs 16 and 21. He that wandereth, he that wandereth out of the way of understanding. Yeah, 21 and 16 to like it. See, so we were in darkness. See, Proverbs 21 and 16, the man that wanders out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of dead. And that's exactly where we were, you know, praying to Christianity, to Catholicism, to some brothers, come from the Muslim thing, it was all darkness, man. But us, Hebrew Israelites who walked in darkness, now we've seen that great light. Now, what is that great light? It's Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, the understanding of who we are. Isaiah 9 at the beginning is given hope. Hope because Isaiah 8 and 7 and 6, we're all talking about judgment, judgment towards Israel. See? So now Isaiah 9, here comes the hope. Hope for who? Hope for Israel. Context is very important. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them has the light shined. And we know that the shadow of death here is America, man, because there's death around every corner, man. Whether whether it's through some of these man-made viruses, right? Or whether it's through the chemicals that they're putting in the air, or whether it's the chemicals that they're putting in the food. There's death everywhere. And then if Esau doesn't get you, then your own people get you, man. People deleting people just to steal their car, or people just pushing, like how many stories have we seen about New York where somebody pushes somebody into the train tracks? Or how many stories where just randomly uh, someone just is walking down the street and, puts a sharp object into someone's body, man? We see a lot of this now, of course, with the understanding, we know that there be spirits created for evil, right? But this this place is the um the melting pot, man. Everyone's here, and with a lot of people here, man, it's a lot of violence, man. Everyone is living in their own way of understanding, and so everyone's upset, man, because they see this world is turning upside down, man, and rightfully so. But the point here is that America is the valley of the shadow of death, man. And now let's get to four. For Verse four: For thou hast broken the yoke of his burden. Whose burden? The burden of Israel. All right, and the staff of his shoulder, the rod of his oppressor, as in the day of Midian. Now we see this hasn't been fully fulfilled yet, but some of the yoke of Esau Edom has been taken off of us. Now we're not stressed about buying holiday gifts. We're not stressed about buying Christmas gifts. We're not stressed about practicing these pagan holidays, Valentine's Day's coming up, man. It's always something in this place, man. But see, this scripture is talking about ultimately the demise of Esau Edom. Second Ezra 6 and 9. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. See, our hope in Isaiah 9, verse 4 is key. Our hope in Isaiah 9 is verse 4, and that's that somebody's coming down. Now, who's the oppressor here? Who's oppressing our people the most through laws? Who opposed, who oppressed the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom in the 1990s through the Crime Bill Act, through the Clinton Biden uh, Crime Bill Act, where they called us super predators, right? Who oppressed us when they were giving out tougher sentences for crack cocaine, but a lighter sentence for powdered cocaine. And they did that on purpose because they knew that it was minorities, Israel, that could afford the crack cocaine because the powdered cocaine was more expensive, and only Edomites could do that. Who did that? There's an oppressor here right now, man, and that oppressor is Esau Edom. So our hope is your destruction, man. Verse 5: For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, right? So, America's claim to fame was taking everyone down, taking down Gad, right? The so called Indians, taking down Issachar, through the Spaniards, through the Spaniards taking down the Aztec Empire, right? uh, 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 your claim to fame, man, has been a very bloody one. And so scripture here says, this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Now, what's it talking about? See, that's a whole another lesson. But this fuel, burning with fuel of fire, man, is going into the missiles, man. It's going into the lake of fire, man. It's going into the book of Second Peter, where it says that the elements shall burn with fervent heat, man. That's what it's talking about. See, again, Isaiah 9 starts out with with our hope being your destruction, man. Let's get down to verse 7 here. Um, and Salaki, again, I'm not trying to have this be a long message here. That's why I'm only reading the ones I got highlighted. But all of Isaiah 9 is very heavy. of the increase of his government. Okay, well, let's get verse 6. It says, "For unto us a child is born." Now, who is that us? Us is the people that are going through judgment in Isaiah 8, Isaiah 7, Isaiah 6. It's talking about Israel, the entire nation of Israel. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given. It's not talking about unto them, because the son that was to be born for salvation wasn't for the Assyrians, it wasn't for the Babylonians, who were the instruments used to bring judgment to us. It was unto us, the tribe of Israel. And the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government, this is talking about Yahushai, and peace, there shall be no end. And I want to stop here and say this. The peace comes after the destruction of Esau. All right. We see this in verse 5. Esau gets taken up through burning fire, and then peace comes. Peace, verse 7 isn't before verse 5. You can't have peace until Esau Edom's taken out, man. He is as hell, and enlarges his mouth as the pit, roughly paraphrasing. He can't get enough. All right. But continuing on, it says, of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end upon the throne of David, which we can line that up with Daniel 7. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, right? Talking about Yahweh, upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth ever forever. Judgment of what? First and foremost, judgment starts in the house of Israel, but after that, you know, judgment towards you heathen nations. But more importantly, judgment towards the wicked, man. Again, our hope is your demise. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. Now, host goes into armies, man. See, the Most High has armies, man. And his armies are what you would call a galactic army. His armies are what you would call UFOs, man. All right? He, uh, and this army is going to be used, man. Verse 9. And all the people shall know, even Ephraim and the inhabitants of Samaria, that say in the pride and stoutness of heart, the bricks are fallen down, but we will build with hewn stones. The sycamores are cut down, but we will change them into cedars. Now, this gets us into the video that I showed at the end. Salakia, at the beginning, it's going into this. Let's go ahead and play it again here. Let me see without the noise, right? If it'll go. Uh, let's see. Yeah, there you go, right there. So this video, this is a snippet. The name, I haven't seen it, but the name of this here is the Under One Moon, or bajo de una bajo de una luna. Um, and it seems like it's a common story about two different people from Mexico that are crossing over, and then they get separated from their group. There's no relation here. The guy seems sour. He's questioning the kid after the separation. I think, like, what should we do? Should I get caught just to help you find your family? So it's, it starts out stern, and then he saved the kid, and then I guess he sacrifices himself to ICE, man. But this is judgment, man. And we hate to see, it's bittersweet, man. We hate to see our people go through it because we know who our people are, man. We really were at one point a very holy people, man. And so when you see a holy people, a nation of priests being treated like this, man, it sucks, man. But so it's bitter, but then comes the sweet, because a lot of these people, man, through your pride right here. Verse 9, it says, Ephraim, man. Ephraim is representative of the head tribe of the Northern Kingdom, which are the Puerto Ricans, man, and the Northern Kingdom, which are the Hispanics and the native. It says so because of the pride of the Northern Kingdom that say in the stoutness of heart, the bricks are falling down, but we will build with hewn stones, man. And that's the mentality of a lot of Hispanics too, man, is that okay, well, even if they take this away, I can still do it like this. I can still, even if, you know, um, even if the Bible is not 100% true, I can still do it like this, man. That's pride, man. See, a lot of our people, man, are not willing to accept the truth of who they are. Even though they see this wicked man being revealed, they still don't want to accept the fact of who they are, man. They instead of you building with the truth, with bricks, something actual solid, you want to build with hewn stones, with man-made stones. You want to build with what Esau gives you, man. You want to build your world here and try to make your world last forever, like if it's not also located in Babylon where the missiles are going to hit, man. And so that video, man, is judgment. It's judgment, man. Verse 13, for the people turneth not unto him that smites him, neither do they seek Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai of hosts, man. Because when when we have these raids going on, when these unrighteous decrees are being written to target you, instead of you turning to the Most High, you turn to each other, man, or you turn to your friendly Edomite. You don't turn to the Most High, man. And so that's the bittersweetness of it, man, is that we hate to see it, but we love to see it because some of you just won't get it, man. You're a you're an iPhone that has to be factory reset, man. And that factory reset goes through the dust returning back onto the earth and the spirit back to the Most High. If you can if you can receive that. Verse 16, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed, right? So uh let's get 14, man, just to get the context. It says, therefore the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, will cut off from Israel head and tail, branch and rush in one day. The ancient and the honorable is the head, and the prophet that teaches lies, he is the tail. See, we have leaders. What are some famous Republican leaders? Well, shit, we don't even need that, man. I mean, it's all over TikTok where you see these Northern Kingdom people that have a big following that are like, yeah, I can't. My parents came here legally. Yeah, immigration is good, but you got to do it the right way, which in itself it's a lie, man. Because here, like, our people are so fucking confused, man. What they're saying is this: the the Edomite has told us that he likes us, even though Genesis 27 said Esau hated his brother and wanted to kill him. But the Edomite is now saying that he likes us, but he just wants us to come here and follow the law, like him. He's the biggest lawbreaker there is, man. Commits genocide. He's actively trying to take you out. He doesn't follow his own rules. They accidentally sent 100 or 10 billion to Ukraine, and they're not getting audited by the IRS. Look at Wesley Snipes. He didn't pay like a couple $1 million in taxes. They took his ass to prison. But yet here America goes and sends $10 billion, and they don't get an audit. They don't go to prison. Look at Hunter Biden's look at Joseph Biden's family, man. Complete pardon. Look at Trump's family. Pardon. Gets found of 34 felonies and not 1 day in jail. But they want us to follow the laws that they wrote in the stolen land. They stole it from you and built a fence to keep you out. Our people are being led by idiots, man. Right? But let's continue on, man. Therefore, the Most High shall have no joy in their young men, neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows. Right? And that goes into, our people being put in these ICE detention centers, right? For everyone is a hypocrite and an evildoer. and every mouth speaks folly. I guarantee you, again, like bittersweet, man, but I guarantee you, you go into the apartments or the homes of these families who are being put in these detention centers. I guarantee you that you'll find a picture of white Jesus and the supper and a big ass picture of Mary. Hypocrites, man. For everyone is a hypocrite and an evildoer, and every mouth speaks folly. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. So even through this judgment, the Most High is still going to have mercy on us, because even though we may have to go through a difficult time, man, ultimately Scripture says all of Israel shall be saved. Verse 21, Manasseh, Ephraim, and Ephraim against Manasseh, right? It's talking about the infighting. Now, Manasseh would be the so-called Cubans, and again, Ephraim are the so-called Puerto Ricans. And even after the separation between the northern and the southern tribes, there was infighting, man. And we see that to this day. You know, um, I've been guilty of it in the past too, before I came into this truth. Mexicans against Hondurans, Mexicans against Puerto Ricans, you know. The Mexicans would say, "Oh man, we like we don't like them because they kind of act black, or we don't like the Cubans and the Colombians because they try to be white." Like, and I mean, I guess that's a righteous indignation on that last part, man. But I'm saying, like, there's always infighting, man, even to this day, man. Your eye shall be evil towards your brother. That's one of the curses, So this is judgment for that too. And they together shall be against Judah. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. So when the two, even when Ephraim and Manasseh weren't fighting, we were fighting against the southern kingdom, even in the Old Testament, man. Second Kings 17, right? And shit, this this is still even happening to this day, man. Ephraim is still vexing Judah, man. Like even in the penal system, man, the Mexicans will link up with the whites and will go against Judah, man. It's fucking ridiculous, man. It's Ah, that's why scripture says, man, it says that the Lord shall have no joy in them, man, because he sees this wickedness, man. You men are without excuse, man. The word's going out. You see us standing out there. You see this devil being shown for who he is, and you still want to be like him, man. All this is judgment. But the point here, I want to end this message by saying this, man. Isaiah 9 starts off with our hope, which is the demise of Esau Edom, and then it goes into the judgment of a people. And right now, that judgment is the northern kingdom. Hope this lesson has been edifying it. And until the next one, I say shalom.